Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beyond Life Paranormal Podcast Sunday Show. We're your hosts, Russell Reynolds Sr. and Jr. We got a good show tonight. Before we get into it and our topic tonight and bring our guests on, we want to plug a couple of events because they're only a few short weeks away. First event we're going to be at is Bordertown Paracon in August 8th. My dad and I are presenters this year. We are talking about residential and demonology. After that, we will be at Crypticon KC right here. Far as I know, there's still tickets available for Crypticon. We are headlining the paranormal part, and we will also be guest speaking there on the panel Saturday, 8 p.m., and then Sunday at noon. So if you want to learn about Ed and Lorraine, the Warren's Occult Museum, about us, so come on out and check that out. Get your tickets. The silver package for the VIP, I think, is still available. I don't think they're all sold out yet. That will get you in 30 minutes early all 3 days. So that'll give you access to all of us all 3 days, the actors as well as us in the paranormal. So come on out, check it out. Everybody comes from all over the world for this. So there'll be a lot of celebrities there from the horror movies. I know Tyler Mage is going to be there from Rob Zombie's Halloween. Derek Meeks, who played Jason in the remake of Friday the 13th. A bunch of the three from Hell Guys and Devil's Rejects and quite a few others. Some of the Walking Dead cast is going to be there, I believe. And Richard Brake will be there, who was in Three from Hell, who played Midnight Wolfman. So yeah, come check that out. And then after that, we will be at West Kentucky Paranormal Expo. My dad and I are also guest speaking there. That's put on by my buddy Ken 10 Paranormal, Kent Wilson. It's hosted by Josh Morris from Teps Investigate. And the headliners are Aaron G. Thompson from 28 Days Haunted, my buddy Jimmy and Jeff from Outlaw Paranormal, who you can see on Scare Network TV, and then the Wenda Brothers. And then there's several other guest speakers that are going to be there, from cryptids to paranormal to UFOs. And Beyond Life Paranormal Research LLC will be there too with all the merch. Our cousin Kathy, who will be at Crypticon with us as well. So, and Bordertown. And then after that, we're all at Rock Island. Come on out, get your tickets for that. That's going to be another big one. Last year we had over 2,000 people come through the door. So, and David Sloan will be there. The former owner, Robert Dahl, he will be bringing Robert's sister. And there'll be another haunted museum there as well. So, and then my buddy Bill Bryan, I think, is going to be back this year with his Ouija board museum. So come on through, check that out. We'll have merch and all equipment there. So, and then after that, we will be investigating with my buddy Ken 10 Paranormal at the Beatty Mansion in St. Joe. And in October, we are at Marshall Cinema's Haunted House again this year, helping out. So that being said, we're going to get into the show, and we're going to introduce our special guests we have each week. We got psychic medium Rebecca.
Hi, guys.
And we got Carol Garcia.
Hi.
We got Sandy Mary's here. Hi, Russell and Dad. We got Barbara's here. Hi, Russell. Hi, Big Daddy.
Hi, Barb.
Raw one, huh? Okay. I think he's a troll. That's what it seems like. I think he just wants to troll. Gotta love it when they do that, right?
Nothing better to do.
Barbara says, hi, Rebecca. Hi, Carol.
Hi.
Hi.
So I thought tonight we'd talk about Amityville. Hold up.
That sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
This house right here.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy
Really-
says, Carol, your hair looks great.
Oh, thanks.
It's
I
a really-
just fixed it 2 seconds before we came in.
The pool does wonders.
Right? So, as many of you know, with Amityville, the whole history behind that with Ronald DeFeo going crazy and murdering his family.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He swears he was possessed by something in the house that told him to do it. And what are your guys' take on that? Do you believe something possessed him, or he was on drugs, or because there's so different, too many different stories on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of information out there about it, right?
Yeah, that he was on drugs and he went crazy. He was schizophrenic. Others say he was practicing occult practices in the house as well.
Yeah, they don't let anybody. Are they letting investigations in there now?
No, I heard
I
it's
don't-
actually up for sale again.
Really?
Yeah, they said it's actually up for sale again.
Yeah, it's on Long Island in
Yep.
New York,
Yep.
the house. And it
And
has
if-
those strange windows at the top that was also in the movie.
Yep, which is, if you look, this is the actual current, what it looks like now. They took out those windows and remodeled it because they got tired of people coming there.
Wow.
I think something took over him, and it brought things into that house. That he brought things into that house.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Well, wasn't there supposedly something in the basement?
Yeah, he swore there was something in the basement as well.
There was another house in Connecticut. Oh, that's Connecticut. Sorry, this was New York. I'm thinking of the other house in Connecticut that had the family that moved in, that the child had cancer and he was very sick because of whatever was in
Oh,
that
okay, yeah,
basement.
you're talking about Warren's other case, that haunting in Connecticut.
Yeah. I was mixing those two up.
The Snedeker house.
Yes. There was something in that basement that was a bit similar to what was in Amityville.
Yep.
It used to be a funeral home.
Yeah.
The home.
Do you think that spirits move from location to location when there's something dark that occurs?
They could, because if there's a lot of higher energy, it'll feed it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I remember some people had been talking about it, that they thought that another location had the spirits had left and went to another haunted location.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember which one it was though.
I also think that the spirits were trying to mimic things, especially that what was going on in that house, especially with like the EVPs and the things that were happening.
Yep.
At that house. And so they were trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Like, kind of cause a disruption in a different way to cause fear.
Then there's another theory that Ronald DeFeo didn't act alone either.
Right. It was said that the oldest sister did with him,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
But he
Hey,
was the
Maria,
only one that
welcome
was
in.
arrested.
Yeah, he went into a bar and was bragging about saying that he thought his parents had been murdered, his whole family.
Right.
But some say that the parents were supposed to be the only ones that were murdered, and the sister ended up going and shooting the rest of the kids.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
And when Ronald got back, he saw they were gone, and he ended up shooting his sister.
Right, the oldest one that was
Wasn't
supposed to have helped him, right?
it?
Yeah, and then they say that it was built on Native American
Yeah.
burial ground.
Yes, it had all kinds of different spirit activity that were causing several things to happen.
So you figure if it's built on Native American burial ground, the Native American spirits aren't at rest. They're angry.
That's what started it.
So how many were in the DeFeo family that actually perished?
You had the mother and father. There was the little girl.
Yep.
2 boys.
And I think there was two
There
boys.
was a young boy, right?
Yep.
And then the oldest sister.
Yep. And when they finally got him, and he was in prison there, I seen a documentary video on YouTube. You probably remember this one, Dad, where DeFeo was sending a psychic out to all these locations,
Mm-hmm.
and she was finding stuff that he had hid.
Wow.
Hey, Starseed Paranormal, welcome in.
That's a Zariana. That he hid before he was arrested?
Yeah, that he hid before he was arrested, and he was giving this psychic all leads, and she was finding all this stuff. She actually was interviewing him in prison.
Wow.
And I only lived about an hour away from where Ronald DeFeo was in prison.
Where was he imprisoned at?
He was in Orange County Correctional Facility.
Oh, okay. In New York?
Yeah, Middletown, New York. And he passed away there.
Do you remember how old he was when he passed?
He was only in his 60s. That was about the time when COVID come through. COVID got him.
Do you think he went back to the house?
I wouldn't doubt it. That's probably why it's up for sale again.
That would be something to look into, right?
Yeah, I mean, people won't stay there, and I guess they have a contract on that house that if you buy it, they have a no filming clause on it.
Mm.
Which isn't right. I mean, if it's your house, you bought it, you own it. If you want to have somebody coming in there and investigate it, by all means.
Right. It's your property.
Because I don't know if you remember the Holster Files.
Yeah.
TV show. Dave Schrader, Hans Holster, also investigated Amityville. And when Dave Schrader was doing the show, the Holster Files, they wouldn't let him in there to investigate that. Was it the drug influence that made him do that? That's what some people say. He was on drugs.
I don't know how someone in their right mind would be able to do something like that to their family.
Yeah.
But also, if he was on drugs and there was something in that house, when you're on drugs, it enhances your senses and it can take over your body a lot easier.
Yep. For sure.
And
the amount of researchers that Lorraine and Ed brought in to that house and the things that occur is astonishing inside that house.
Yep.
There's that picture of the younger boy, right? On the top of the stairway.
Yep.
That was very clear. it was like a full-bodied apparition in
Which
that
would
picture.
be that picture right there.
Yeah, and the only one who
Mhm.
took that picture wasn't,
And everybody says that Ed and Lorraine took this picture. It
No,
wasn't
no.
Ed and Lorraine who took that picture.
Right.
That was a reporter that took that picture on a 35 millimeter camera. And they tried to say that yeah, see, Maria saying that was a person's kid on set.
no.
But if I knew Ed and Lorraine, they wouldn't let any kids in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Arizona, yeah, they changed the windows and remodeled it. They put different siding on it. Barbara says, was he harassed or assaulted by another prisoners or was I think they had him locked away in his own cell by himself. In there.
I can understand that.
But and then you fast forward to when the Lutz family bought it. And a little background on George Lutz, he was a military man.
Mm-hmm.
But some say he also had a dark past. He was into occult practices as well. So whatever attachments he had, he brought them with him to that house. That just added more fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
Didn't they have a boathouse also there?
Yeah, there was a boathouse back there as well.
Yeah, I remember seeing that years ago.
And a lot of people say that George Lutz cooked up the story too. But why on earth would you leave all your personal belongings, an expensive motorcycle,
Right.
food still in the kitchen sink, dirty dishes and food in refrigerators and not want to go back to that house?
And a brand new motorcycle.
Yeah, he left a brand new motorcycle there or
Oh,
boat.
Didn't the Lutz family try to have a cleansing done?
I believe so. And then they called in Ed and Lorraine to investigate it, and that's when Lorraine said that's the closest to hell I ever want to be.
I think, yeah, because I remember Ed saying that they met at like a diner or restaurant.
Yeah, they met at a restaurant because George would not go back to that house. I mean, Danny Lutz is still messed up to this day from it. He's traumatized.
Yeah, there's something really negative in there for that, to be that terrified of a location.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get why they would bring, if that is a kid they brought on set, why would they bring that kid on set knowing how evil that house is? I wouldn't bring a kid in that house.
Well, there's a lot of movies that have, a lot of problems with filming when they do certain locations.
Yep.
And sometimes they even people get sick and pass even from what's in those locations.
Yeah, I mean, look at Poltergeist.
Right.
Yep.
Shortly after Poltergeist 3, that little girl, Carol Ann, passed away from something with her stomach.
Right.
Yep. Then Dominic Dunn.
And then look at the Conjuring movies. Every time on the Conjuring movies, I mean, look at Vera. Conjuring Last Rite, she ended up with a handprint on her thigh and bruises.
Yeah, that's not good. People should not be going into locations when they don't really know what's there. If they don't have enough protection on.
Well, also even look at the movie The Exorcist.
Right.
Look what happened to Linda Blair. She got very sick and after that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Because I actually feel like the things that we think and say become things, depending upon what it is that you're thinking in your head.
yep.
Because we're all made of energy, so.
yeah, they were fighting a lot too.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean they were arguing a lot and
Yeah.
George swears he was affected by something in the basement. And that is the dog would go down there like you seen in the movie. The dog would go
Scratching.
down there and growl and scratch and
Yeah. They definitely do.
flies.
Animals pick up on that stuff.
Yep.
And then he would, the dog would.
My
bark.
cat will look around if he senses something. I'll look all around.
Yeah.
And Carol's
I've
seen
him
it.
do that. Yeah.
Remember that certain vent?
yeah, and then the one vent that the dog would
Sit and bark at it.
bark and growl.
Growl.
You know, I actually, we were talking, Rebecca and I were talking about this like the other day. I honestly think when people do cleansings and they put protections on their home, they also need to take care of the pipes
Yeah.
because
yeah.
things can come in through the pipes and the drains. And I don't think a
Yeah.
lot of people think about that.
Well, you figure you got water flow coming through your pipes. That's
Right.
energy.
Mhm.
That
Yes,
creates
coming in
energy
and going
flow.
out.
Well,
Yeah.
we do the pipes, everything.
I mean, even your electrical
Right.
Yep.
currents. Not many people don't think about that type of stuff when they're investigating and doing cleansings.
Hmm.
That water gives off energy.
Right.
Yep.
I actually
Especially-
put my XLS on the cabinet where I have all my crystals,
Mm-hmm.
and the ceiling was so different in that area than any other area of the room. There was so much energy coming off of them.
Yeah, Arizona's right. There are places that shouldn't be built on or used, whether it's the land or whatever is on it.
Yep.
I mean, that's like the Amityville house. They're saying it could be on an Indian burial ground.
Did you get your holy water?
Yes.
Good. You
Yes,
using it?
I did.
You using it?
No, I didn't use it on Wednesday, and something was here with me.
See? You
Someone.
gotta use it.
Yeah.
But I mean, they should bring a shaman out there on the land to calm them Native American spirits down out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what started it out there.
And that's what started it, because they're not happy that their burial grounds are getting desecrated and stuff built on them.
Yeah.
I mean, we have it here in Missouri too. The town of Chillicothe, Missouri is built on Indian burial grounds.
We did a house. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, a lot of spirits.
Yep.
And that the house was a whole field.
The whole field was Native American
Yeah.
land.
It was bad. But see, it didn't bother us because we're Indian, you know. But you know, the rest of them, oh man.
I remember when I was little and we would visit the cemetery, my parents told us we should never walk on a grave. Nope. And if you do, apologize.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
you walk, I mean, sometimes you have to put flowers on it, but if you do, apologize. Or if you're doing stone cleansings. But
There's so much that is entailed with the paranormal. You know, like newcomers into the field, and some that have been in it a long time don't pay attention to those things. Like I was talking, you know, the pipes and stuff and the electric, like we
Yep.
were saying. A lot of that stuff could get looked over. You know?
Well, you know, when you have bad electricity in the house and people are starting to see things or, you know, can't think straight, that's, you know, cause of it. Remember?
yep.
Well,
Yeah.
We did
Yeah.
a house.
because they can mess with a lot of those things, a lot of those spirits,
Yeah.
or mess with the lights to try to show us stuff.
Yeah, and
I've had it happen.
that's their way of communicating. And I know Amityville, the Lutzes said black stuff would come out of the walls, like black sludge.
Yeah,
And like an
it's evil.
oil, right? And
Yeah.
the room with the flies,
Yep. I mean, the priest even experienced the room with the flies and
right?
said he would never
All of
come
that
back
stuff
there.
is not normal.
No, not good.
No.
And look what happened to the priest shortly after. He come down very ill
Yeah.
Yeah, his car went off the road.
to the point he couldn't come
Yeah.
back.
Wow.
And that's why they ended up bringing the Warrens in there.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Warrens ever did a cleansing on it
No.
or an exorcism of the house. I don't think Ed or Lorraine did.
They didn't want it. You know, I remember that.
Why? They felt it was too far gone?
It was too strong.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Lorraine felt it was too strong, and
Well, it pushed her back up against the wall, remember?
mhm.
That's how strong it was.
I remember the story of the person that sat in the chair and it moving.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you see that one picture of Lorraine where she's laying back and she's got her hands kind of like this and she's tapping
Like-
in.
Yes. Like she's laying, I don't remember. I think she was like laying down or something from what I
Yeah, it
remember.
was like a bed or a couch or something like that. And
You know, after that one,
She looked pretty in that photo.
yeah, she ended up in the hospital.
Mm,
After that
They
case?
had her in the hospital. Remember that?
yeah, I think she got sick.
She got sick. Yeah. That's why she says that was the closest hell I'll ever be. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. And that's why she got sick. And she
Hmm.
ended up in the hospital. Yep.
Yep.
So,
And that, I think that took a little piece out of Lorraine as well. That place did.
Yeah, especially when you see things,
Mm-hmm.
you know, with
Yeah.
having certain gifts.
mhm.
Yeah, how
When you see
clairvoyant
things,
she was.
sometimes you don't want to see them at all.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Brian, welcome in.
Yeah, sometimes there's things that get told to us that are harder for us to go through or it takes a lot of our energy.
Yep.
Protection and grounding.
Yeah. I just tell them I touch the ground. I'm all set. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Yeah, you need to really ground yourself, especially if you're going to deal with something like that. And
Yeah. I always got my stones, my hematite, and I got plenty of trees I can walk barefoot around and you know.
then you have most of the skeptics that say Amityville was all a hoax and nothing ever happened, that George made it up and him and Ed fabricated this story, which I don't believe.
No, the things that they went through is pretty intense and they got evidence to show that it did occur.
And one thing I liked about Ed, if you watch the old Seekers of the Supernatural video where they talk about Amityville,
Uh-huh.
Ed issued a challenge to people. He would give them $3,000 if they could prove that Amityville was a hoax.
and nobody answered.
Nobody ever collected it.
Right.
Nobody ever did it.
Nope.
Wow.
I was too smart for doing that too.
Yep. And I truly believe that there was something in that house. That's like this photo of the kid. I don't believe there was a kid on set.
No.
Yeah, no, definitely. I believe that the spirit, the evil thing was trying to mimic.
Yeah, mimic the little boy because the little boy is innocent.
That's how they
Yep.
do it with, that's how they get people to put their guards down.
But I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't believe it. And
Have you ever seen or heard of a negative entity entering an animal?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, George said his dog got real nasty.
Oh, speaking of, okay, you just hit one. Speaking of that, Carol, we did a case and it had a dog. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
It's a true story. And we walked in the door, and that dog, boy, would growl at us
Mm.
and showed its teeth. And I said to my son, that dog's possessed.
And normally, any animals we come up, they'll come up to us, they'll sniff us,
Yeah.
they feel comfortable around us.
Right.
This one didn't.
That dog didn't.
And then we told a lot of people to put the dog in a cage, and they had to wrestle it to put it in. They started snapping at him.
Wow.
Sandy Mary, my girlfriend's mother met Mary Priscilla, which was that head reporter on Amityville. And she was with them and couldn't stay inside.
Oh. I bet.
You could, even from the outside of the house, you could feel what's in there.
Yeah, you could
Oh,
feel
yeah.
you could feel it. I mean, we've been by it.
Yeah.
When we lived back there, we went by there.
Mm-hmm. So would I. So did I. When I was younger, I went back, over there, and yeah, that did not feel well at all.
Yeah, it did not feel good going
It's
around.
almost like the house is sick.
Mm-hmm.
It has like a sickness to it.
And I mean, look how many people don't stay in there. It always goes
Right.
up for sale after a while.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary was that other psychic that they had there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that reporter that they had there, the head reporter, she
Yeah,
even said it wasn't a hoax.
That was the one that Maureen worked with.
Yeah. And I mean, you figure back then too, around that time, they didn't have technology like we do now to debunk all these photos, and they
They
didn't have
use mostly Polaroid, right?
35 millimeter.
Right.
They,
And then they went to Polaroids.
yeah, Polaroid didn't come out until like the 90s,
Right.
80s or 90s, something like that.
Yeah,
I
they
missed
had
the 90 when
Yeah,
Cherry
they had
Coke was Cherry Coke.
35 millimeter camera, so you got a negative, and then you got to put it in the dark room.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Ed did. He started having health issues after Amityville.
Yeah, heart and stuff like that.
Yeah, his heart started.
It's
and
a
then-
it's a very sick piece of property.
And I mean, the Conjuring movies, they kind of make it like Ed from the Devil Made Me Do It cases when he had that heart attack, but he had health issues before that case.
Yeah,
Well,
it's sad.
It was one big case we did, me and my son,
Mhm.
and we got home. He was sick, I was sick, we were throwing up. And this thing got to us. And I'm saying to myself, wow, what, about a week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you remember that one in Ohio,
Mhm.
and you guys sent me the picture of that kid, and I got sick right after that. I lost my voice, everything.
Oh, I remember that happening to you.
Yeah, I got sick bad.
But see, that was when I wasn't wearing protection then. Remember?
Mhm.
Yeah, and he wasn't either. We didn't wear none of this.
Right.
And then after that, I said, that's it. Who's going to start? And then we started going to the Catholic
Mhm.
and everything.
Well,
Because-
wasn't there in the home that okay, I'm gonna say the name, Zach Bagan's the one that he purchased, the demon house.
The demon
one-
house. Yep.
Yeah.
The
There
one in
was
Indian.
like a scientist that he had brought in to do measurements on that location. He ended up in the hospital very ill.
Oh, yeah. And there's a couple times that Zach, he got sick. Yeah. He had to close the shop. He didn't let nobody in the museum.
Well,
Yeah, because
Well, when
something got to him.
you play with the dark like he does and challenges it, and then you wonder
Yep.
why you're sick.
Yeah.
right.
I
It's
mean,
not good.
that's like when Tony brought Annabelle out there and
He messed with it.
Yeah.
he touched Annabelle, and he wonders why he's got a bunch of health issues.
Yeah, he had something happen with his car like right after.
And she's known for that. That doll's known for car accidents.
That actually happened at a location that my daughter and I went to. We were on our way there, and I didn't know that any of those items had any of those abilities, that were there.
Mhm.
And we almost hit the car in front of us because the brakes stopped working. Had she not swerved when she did, we would have hit the car right in front of us.
Well, that one year we had all the stuff in a box.
Mhm.
It was sealed.
Yep.
Oh man! And we came close from getting whacked.
Yeah, in downtown Kansas City.
City.
Mm.
And I grabbed my cross and I said a prayer. And boy, he stepped on it, and the guy just missed us.
Oh yes, I remember that on the way home.
Yeah. Oh,
You know?
And that's one of our discussions at Bordertown for the demonology part about haunted objects and vessels.
you
Yeah,
see,
that is not something
No.
that's to be played around with.
It's dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't know how to handle it. You shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But that's even like Annabelle. You got everybody focusing on Annabelle. Oh, she's fake. She's this. She's that. Do they realize they keep focusing on that object? They're feeding that energy to that object.
Oh, definitely.
And
And
that's
that goes for any haunted item.
That thing can feel it.
Yes.
And
It probably likes that, because it gets the energy that it wants.
you got people saying that's not the real Annabelle, that she burned up in a fire years ago, or she dry rotted. And they put a new one in there.
Wow.
How's she going to dry rot when she's in a case sealed from elements and dust and
right.
in a dark museum?
Which was the purpose that Ed and Lorraine wanted to do, to keep them in the museum.
Okay,
Because if that was the case, why isn't the rest of that stuff deteriorating?
Right.
Right.
Okay, here's the case. All right. People say Annabelle don't have powers. Okay. I'll explain something to you. What about all these other dolls that you bring them home?
Right.
Okay. And the ones we had,
Yeah.
and a blind person had it. And we brought it, we had it right in a case and sealed. Now you tell me, okay, how did them dolls get possessed? It had something had to get into them.
Right.
Same thing with Annabelle.
Yeah.
You know? And years ago, it was Raggedy Ann dolls like Annabelle out there. They never thought 1 minute they would have one is possessed.
Right.
Inside. And you got to think back. You got to think way back. And we keep on saying it, Carol and Becky. We keep on saying it. If it wasn't for Ed and Lorraine, none of us would be doing this stuff. None of us.
No, I think people would have they would have kept the stuff to themselves.
Right. And then you would get things would be happening.
Right.
And they wouldn't know how to handle it.
Yep.
Because
there wasn't a lot of talk about.
Right.
Yeah, back then there wasn't. I mean,
wasn't.
There was only Ed and Lorraine that investigated the paranormal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There was no, and then you had Hans Holzer, Morris Gross, and Harry Price, but those guys were over in England.
Right.
Ed and Lorraine were the only two in America.
Yep.
To investigate that stuff.
And I'm sure people must have looked at them like they had 10 heads when they started talking.
Oh, they did.
About
I mean, they had so much stuff slung at them over the years. They took it.
Yes. It's a very hard thing to take when you're constantly being told that you're crazy.
Sandy said before they had the museum, she was sitting behind a door and a rocking chair. She messed with me while I was sitting there. Annabelle, they brought her home and they had her sitting in that chair that you
Mhm.
see at the Warren's Paracon now that the movie doll sits in.
Right.
Okay, here, Carol, Becky. I want to tell you something. We went to Jesse James' house.
Uh-huh.
All right. Me and my son were standing there, and what we were about maybe a foot or more away from them
The
rocking,
rocking chairs, yeah.
Right.
They started rocking back
Hmm.
and forth. Okay. Now, what would make them rock back and forth if you didn't have spirits in the house?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And there was nobody near the chairs. You couldn't touch them because there's a window here. There's a table in between them, so you can't you can stand in front of the chairs, but that's it.
Yeah, I recall seeing that when we went there. My daughter and I went there.
But see,
I bounced around on the floor when the tour guide let us go back through the
Yeah.
house with her to see if I could get them to move, and they would not move.
and I'm going to tell you something. Okay. I seen Jesse. I seen the mother, the little one in that house.
Uh-huh.
And what? You got pictures from the window.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're saying, wow, look at this. And then the person was showing the house. She comes up to us and you seen him, didn't you? And I says, yeah. And because every time she walk in that door,
There's the house.
there's the house.
Wow.
That window right there on the left. That is where the rocking chairs sit.
Right there.
Mhm.
There's a table right there, and they'll walk up to the house when it's starting to get dark, and they'll see the kerosene lantern on the table lit. They'll walk in the house, nothing. It's not lit.
Yeah, that's where my daughter and I went.
Well, this is how things start. You can have good spirits and bad ones, and people got to understand this. And, this whole thing, it's not a joke. It's not. It's
Right.
not a game. It's not running around, peeking around corners, peekaboo, and hiding. It's not a game.
No.
And, I wish people will handle this the right way,
I know, me too.
and believe in it.
Right.
But, a lot of them out there, they think it's a game.
No.
It's not a game.
No.
And nobody's better than
They do
anybody
it for the
else.
likes.
No. And nobody's better than anybody
Well,
else.
that's like the ones that go to the Warren's house, and
Yeah.
they go there and they start disrespecting and challenging the items downstairs and challenging Annabelle because they want their 5 minutes of fame to try to debunk that the
Right.
Warrens were frauds or the museum's a fraud.
Right. They
You're
do it
gonna-
for the likes and the monetization.
You're going to learn the hard way when you start doing that. There was one person I told that was mocking and stuff like that, and I said, go challenge my dolls in there and hope your heart don't stop.
Right.
Because that one little doll will stop your heart quick.
Yeah, the shadow doll.
That one will, and then my doll will. My little doll about like that's in there.
Yeah, we call
She
that
gives
a-
heart
yeah.
palpitations.
Well, I believe, wasn't it Peggy the doll in Zach's museum that did the same thing?
Yep. Arizona, yeah, that was Jesse James's house. That is his farmhouse that
Yeah.
he grew up in.
Yep.
That's where his mother lived. And then Frank lived there after the mother passed away till he passed away. He would give tours of the house.
That's in Missouri.
Yep, Kearney, Missouri.
Yep.
Which my cousin Kathy doesn't live too far from the Jesse James house.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
why my cousin Brad's grandparents used to hide Jesse out when he was coming through.
Hmm.
Speaking of her, she's late again, fixing lasagna.
She better save me some.
Yeah, save us some, Kathy.
Lasagna is good. I like lasagna.
But
She's
Yeah.
a good cook.
they got diary entries of Jesse being there at the house. The
Mhm.
parents would feed him, Jesse would leave money.
Man.
They would hide out there away from the Pinkertons for a while, let things cool down, and then head to go see their mother.
Yeah.
Kathy said she will.
Yeah.
But and they Quantrill ran through there as well when Jesse rode with them, and Bloody Bill Anderson terrorized Ray County, Missouri, robbing people. Kathy, I believe Bloody Bill is in my home once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the guy that she's seen out in the field. She's seen a guy in a long, like, duster coat
Uh-huh.
and like a cowboy looking type thing, outlaw looking.
The other night, it looked like there was an alien right here behind me. I have some pictures of it. I'll send it to you later.
Okay.
It has definitely a very elongated head, and you could see the eyes. You could
Mhm.
see the whole face, and it looked like it had ears,
Oh.
but I don't know. It looked different to me. It looked like a fabric coming down on the sides, or something was there. But somebody else said it looked like ears, and I was like, that doesn't look like ears to me.
If I remember, I will go get those maps from Watkins Mill. Yeah, they've got history maps of Kathy and Brad's property because that's where the Battle of Crooked River happened. The Mormons, where they ran the Mormons out.
In that location?
Mm-hmm. General Boggs, we believe, was killed on where her house is.
Yeah, I've seen. I remember seeing a man in uniform. I can't remember if it was blue or gray. I think it was gray.
Huh.
The uniform.
Yep, Civil War has been through there.
Yeah.
And then you got Watkins Mill, which is not too far from there, which was an old wool mill,
Oh.
which would border up to the James farm. So they would ride through Watkins, cut through the woods right to the farmhouse.
Huh.
Because Jesse's father was one of the founders of the William Jewell College here in Liberty, Missouri.
What was it called?
William Jewell College here
Oh,
in
okay.
Liberty, Missouri. Jesse James's father is one of the founders of it.
Wow.
And where the house is right there on the left side right there used to be a tree right there. And they hung, I believe it was Jesse's stepfather from it.
That's terrible.
Because he wouldn't give up Jesse and Frank. Pinkertons didn't believe him. They got word that Jesse and Frank were in town, and they weren't. And they strung them up from the tree.
Wow. That's terrible.
And then they got word again that the James boys were in town again, and they snuck up to the back of the house and threw a firebomb through the window.
In the back of the house, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
in the back
remember
of the
something about-
house.
Then we go in the store where we asked the lady if, because she knew we were those guys, at Jesse James' store.
In the museum.
No, it was a store, but it had a safe Jesse James.
Oh, that was the old bank that he
Bank.
robbed
Yeah, the
Oh.
old bank.
up here in Gallatin, Missouri. The old vault is still there that he robbed,
Oh.
that him and Frank did.
And they
Frank had
wanted,
been put in jail, didn't he? Get put in jail?
Yeah, Frank
Yeah.
turned himself in.
Uh-huh. That's like in the middle of the town now, that jail.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember we went there too.
And then in Liberty, they have the bank museum that he the first one was Liberty, the Liberty Bank. That's a museum.
Isn't that what you were talking about on Friday?
Yep.
Do you know how many banks they robbed?
Oh, they robbed quite a few of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they went from Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas, Mississippi, Kentucky.
I wonder how much they got in total from all of the robberies.
One robbery I did see. Hang on, I actually still have my notes
It was close to 20,000, right?
from
18
Friday.
something?
Oh, there was one bank they got 60,000 out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Clay County Savings Association, Liberty, Missouri, they got 62,000 from that bank. That was their first bank robbery.
Wow.
then they robbed it.
I wonder what that would equal to today.
And then they got 2,000 from Alexander Mitchell and Company Bank in Lexington, Missouri. Then they robbed the Judge John McLean banking house in Savannah, Missouri, but that was an unknown amount. The other big amount they got was 15,000 from the Missouri Pacific Railroad in Otterville, Missouri, and then Kansas Pacific Railroad in Muncie, Kansas. They got 55,000 for that out of that one.
Oh.
Oof. Was any of that money ever recovered?
No.
What did Kathy say?
Kathy says they still do reenactments there of the bank robbery.
Yeah.
So I wonder where all that money went.
Oh, he's hid it somewhere.
Oh, he's got money.
He's got money hid somewhere.
That would be fun finding that.
Kathy says, "Oh my God, the bank has a stuffed otter sitting in the bank."
Poor little guy.
Well, that's why we've been metal detecting on Kathy's property, because they got ties to Jesse James there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And where would be a good place to hide it?
Right.
Right there on that property, because it's close to the house, the farmhouse.
Right. Yeah. Hey, you never know. It's got to be somewhere.
See, Kathy,
Yeah.
I think some of it's on this property. So that's why we've been metal detecting up there.
That's really good.
So far, the only coins we found was a copper quarter and a regular quarter. We did find an old skeleton key.
Have you tried using ground penetrating radar?
No, we've just metal
Not yet.
detectors.
Are you going to ever do that?
We might.
Yeah. You might find something under there.
Yeah.
Well, there's one spot that we hit, and it's something big and buried deep back on the edge of the woods.
Wow.
And it's long. My buddy Craig from 10 Paranormal, he traced it with his metal detector, and he says it's a big anomaly, but it's deep.
Then we'll come out to Carol's house, go around her pool, and it's there. You're gonna have to drain it.
Kathy says the equipment is 20,000.
Whoa.
Wow.
They're not cheap. You can actually hire a company to come out and do it, because they'll hire companies to come out to find graves
Right. But how much do they charge for ground penetrating radar?
It's
That's,
about 20,000 to buy one of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe we could ask the people from Skinwalker Ranch if we can borrow it.
Yeah, borrow theirs. Yeah.
Be like, Travis, come on, help us out.
Yeah, we need to borrow it. But
Huh.
I have a feeling there's something out there on Kathy's property too. I mean, there used to be old settlements out there as well.
In the wooded area?
Yeah.
Wow.
How much that cost? I would love to do it here. I'll look them up, Kathy, and see if I can price them. Maybe I'll rent one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then you need to get it read to see what the anomaly, if there's any anomalies showing on it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take that hard to walk, a piece of equipment across the property, but you need to know how to read what's coming out of the machine.
The only place it would be hard to really walk it is in the fields in the back because they plant crop back there.
Oh, what kind of crop?
They do. Last year they did corn back there behind the house. This year they got beans back there. So
Yeah, that would be really hard to bring something of that size through there.
but
Well-
they've got the grass field on the side of the house too, which is right across from the house where Jesse used to hide out.
I think it's on.
Could be like, anybody want some corn salad?
Mhm.
If you want to eat cow corn.
I wonder if there's a different type of sonar that you could use and walk with it above the property, like above stuff that's growing there.
Some put them on drones. You can get drone ground penetrating radars and you can fly it over the property and it'll penetrate into the ground.
Right, and see
There
what's
you
down
go.
there.
Yep.
That's a good one.
It's on that big stone.
There's a big stone out back there we're concerned about, but we metal detected around it, didn't pick nothing up on it.
It might be exactly underneath it. We can't get to it.
Well, Craig, his metal detector, he's got one of them high and fancy metal detectors that you can adjust. And
As to what you're looking for and
Yep.
how deep. Yeah.
so we're going to do more of that out there this year. Once our schedule slows down, probably towards fall again. Go out there and look.
That sounds like fun.
Because, I mean, they've got old wells out there and there's old ponds back there, too.
Are there any foundations of any properties back there?
Yeah, there used to be old settlements back there.
You can actually see the foundations?
Hmm
Wow.
That's even my property here.
Mhm.
The foundations are still there.
Oh, wow.
It's always cool. And plus, it could help connect more to the energy, too.
I believe they put it in a bunch of metal cases and buried it everywhere in the back and around where the old homes used to be. Which would be the logical place to bury that stuff.
Hmm. Somewhere off their own property so nobody would go looking for it there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Remnants is all that's left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there was like a ghost town that we went to. It's up in Bear Mountain. I can't remember the name of the town. It was a weird name. And they had, you could see the property foundations,
Mm-hmm.
and they had like stakes in front of it that showed who had owned them and when.
Yep.
Oh,
And then they had a cemetery that there's no way that they moved all the spirits, all the bodies, because they moved they said they moved everything,
Right.
but it felt to me like there was still some there, and that the headstones were moved.
Well, that's like here in Missouri too. We've had a couple cemeteries get washed out in floods,
Hmm.
and some of the bodies are gone. They went floating down the river.
Yeah, we've had that here too. The whole casket came up.
Yeah. Bramer, Missouri, that cemetery there, when it flooded, it popped a bunch of them up out of ground.
Well, that place we did, was it?
It's
Where,
kind of crazy seeing caskets floating down a main street in the town.
Kathy says over off WJ back where we mushroom hunt, there is remnants of stairways.
Yeah, that
Yep.
ghost town had them also. They had the stairs
Hardin
in the front and
Cemetery.
the foundation.
Yeah, the Hardin Cemetery, which is right below Bramer.
Well,
That's a town that's also haunted because most of the Mormons that were from Hans Mill headed down through Bramer and Hardin to get to Lexington. Well, they didn't make it. Militia was waiting for them.
oh my goodness.
As they were crossing the river, the militia was picking them off.
Wow.
But yeah, Kathy's house, you'll hear at night, you'll hear all hours of the night residual gunfire, cannons
I believe that.
out there.
Yeah. That I believe too.
I know when we were investigating Penn Paranormal and us, as soon as we mentioned we were out there on the anniversary of the Battle of Crooked River, we'd mention the Latter-day Saints movement and you'd hear residual gunfire.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the spirits know me out there because they've called my name several times on KD's box.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the reverse sweep ink box.
Uh-huh.
We had it in shortwave.
Oh, I love using the shortwave on the Inkbox S.
Yep, it was
There's
calling
so
my
much that
name.
comes through. Wow.
It kept saying Russell.
Oh.
For
Which
me,
I
when I'm playing the spirit box, when I have it on, Rebecca's heard them say, "Hey, Garcia."
Yeah. But
For
it's funny
me, they'll
because
call me Garcia, but when she has her box on, they'll call me by my first name.
Mhm.
yeah, and I'll be like, Carol, this male keeps trying to look for you, and he keeps saying Carol, and then I'm getting the name Edward come up.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Hmm.
But yeah, out there they know who I am, and it was a male's voice
Oh yeah.
calling my name, and then we had one female voice, which I know who that is. That's Brad's late wife, ex-wife that passed away in the house. Her stepsister is related to my dad and I.
I was talking to her.
How long ago did that happen?
They've been married 10 years now, so it's before that.
Remember upstairs? And the boy and I was talking to him.
Oh yeah, there's kids that run through that house too. Spirits of kids. He heard them.
Wow.
I was talking to him. The Brad's
Yeah, Kathy, we can do that.
well,
Do a Facebook chat group, and she'll walk you guys around the property.
Oh,
yeah.
that would be fun to
Wow.
feel what's around.
That'd be cool.
She passed away in 2011. I know it was around 2010, 2011. But the funny story is, Kathy had called us there to investigate, and stuff would Brad's lunch pail go flying off the counter.
Why are they so angry? Oh, I
Yeah.
know. They wanted to get into the lunchbox to get some food.
I don't know, but it's also Kathy had bruises on her legs and stuff. So
oh yeah, it was bad. when we first did it.
We first come out there.
Gosh.
Kathy was still driving. She was still working. So we were talking to Brad, and Brad was telling us about his late ex-wife passing away there, and said her last name is Reynolds. And then he started telling me some Reynolds names, and I was like, started ringing a bell for me. I'm like, that's our family. So right away he called his sister-in-law, his ex-sister-in-law, and says, you'll never guess who I got standing in my living room right now. 2 of your cousins.
They could see them that clear? Were they spirits?
No, they were clear.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, why would they be there? Oh my gosh.
Jay Nelson. No, it wasn't Kentucky militia attacking the Mormons. It was Missouri. The Missouri militia was ordered by the governor to attack the Mormons and run them out of here. So it wasn't Kentucky militia. It was the Missouri militia ordered by the governor to eradicate the Mormons out of the area because the Mormons to them were like in a cult, and they were running the area, and they weren't very good people back then. They were stealing things. They stole a cannon, and they were afraid they were going to cause a war. So a lot of the militia were sheriffs and soldiers and stuff like that. So they'd bring them in there to get rid of them. Kathy says, ew, I'm going to try to get my pics off my other hard drive. Stacy was never a Reynolds, but her stepsister's a Reynolds.
Oh, and
Yeah, Brad's late ex-wife.
yeah.
Her stepsister's a Reynolds. See, they adopted Stacy. But I'm related to her stepsister.
A lot of relatives.
Hey, Christy, welcome in. Yeah, there. Jay Nelson says that makes sense. Jay says, hi, Rebecca.
Hey.
Christy says, Mormon religion plays a massive part in life, as does all cultures and religions. Yep. And which now they move back into Missouri. Human cruelty is so wrong, but humans are primal after all. Yeah, they moved back into Missouri. I mean, they moved into Hamilton, Missouri here, and they fixed that town up. That town was falling apart.
Our town's falling apart.
They wanted to buy the buildings in our town as well and put businesses in here, and the one guy was like, nope. He went and bought all the buildings, so they couldn't do it.
Well,
Yeah, we get their stone.
Christy says, hey, fellas. And we have the Hans Millstone right in our city park up here with the names of the Mormons that lost their lives in the Hans Mill massacre.
it's sad for anybody to lose their life.
There were 17 of them and they're buried. Their bodies aren't in a grave; they're in a well. 17 of them
terrible.
were thrown down a shallow well,
That's terrible.
and one of them's a 10-year-old little boy.
That's
Your
terrible.
fave and Nor. Hello, welcome in. Sure, what's your question? We'll answer it.
Mhm.
The lady that owns the quilt shop is Mormon, and she hosts the Mormons to come do quilting every year. Yep. Now, Hamilton, Missouri is a big quilting town now. They've got the quilt factory and all the quilt stores and all that stuff.
I used to do quilting.
they come from miles. I mean, you'll see them from all Iowa, Illinois.
I used to love doing that.
They do some pretty patterns.
Game Monopoly is all religions in one game. Monopoly wasn't the first game. It's a game called the Landlord's Game.
That was the original Monopoly game?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Your fave and ours, so I have some sort of spirit attached to me. Not sure what it is, but I know I see its shadow.
Mhm.
Are you getting bruises from it? Smelling any funky smells or anything like that? And maybe a family member watching over you too, as well.
Or has it been telling you to harm or do something to others?
Greg Costas here. Hey, Greg. Says, hey, everyone. Hey, Russ. Hey, and Senior and Carol and Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
She does it on YouTube as well.
Mhm.
They're brilliant at quilt making, aren't they? Yeah, they do. They make some good quilts.
Quilting
Hey,
is quite fun.
It's my mate, Greg Koss. He says, like clockwork, every night I get a scratch on my left arm.
Mhm.
It doesn't say anything when I see the apparition.
How deep?
What's the scratch look like? Is it look like fingernails, a fingernail scratch, or a razor blade looking scratch? Because if it's a regular spirit, it'll look like a fingernail scratch. If it's something darker, it'll be more razor blade and deep.
And burn.
And it'll burn. But yeah, when they slaughtered them, the 10-year-old boy was hiding in the blacksmith shop under the forge, and they found him under there, and 2 militia guys did. And one guy pulled out his pistol, put it to the boy's head, and the other one said, he's just a 10-year-old boy. And the guy says he'll grow up to be another Mormon, and that was it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And them spirits down there, they're definitely not at rest.
No.
If you
I
go
don't
on
know how they could be with passing the way that they did.
if you go on my TikTok, you'll see a video from there where my Mel meter is spiking in an open field and the REM pod's going crazy.
Where there's no electric.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was on the anniversary of the massacre because it happened the day before Halloween.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
He says it's like when you scratch your arm too hard. That's just a regular spirit. It's probably a family member trying to get your attention. That's probably the only way they can communicate with you. It's not necessarily mean it's trying to harm you.
What you can try to do is ask questions before you go to sleep and ask for the answers to be given to you while you're sleeping.
Yep.
If you're not able to hear them while you're awake.
I'm honestly confused as to who or what this spirit is. I've only seen its outline in shadows or dreams. It's probably a family member trying to send you a message.
Does she sleep?
Yeah.
No.
No.
That's probably what it is. It's family member sending you a message, probably saying, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Could be an ancestor.
It's not no serious to worry about.
Christy says, I have an emotional attachment and 2 demonic attachments. All 3 harm me every day and night.
In what way?
Probably scratching her and bruises.
Um,
My guess would be on that. But yeah, it's crazy. And then they ran him out of Far West as well, but nobody got killed over there.
Oof.
There's only 2 Mormon battles on record. The Battle of Hans Mill and the Battle of Crooked River. I can remember the first time I went out to Hans Mill. It was during the day. Something smelled dead out there. Couldn't find where the smell was coming from. I mean, it just stunk of something decaying and rotten. Left, came back that night after dark, and the smell was gone.
Where was
And
that?
Hans Mill, where the 17 Mormons were slaughtered.
Yeah, that's sad.
And there was a big crater that was in the ground. I mean, this thing was huge. Back in the 70s, someone stole a dump truck from the rock quarry full of dynamite and drove it down to Hans Mill and lit it.
Wow.
And so it blew a crater in the ground, and that crater in the ground was active. My EMF detector would spike inside the crater, and then I'd step out and go back to normal. Go back down in it, it would light up again.
Huh.
I have another thing as well. I have some spirit that sends shivers down my back when I see it. It follows me silently and is a very uneven presence.
Where is she from?
You may need to get somebody in your home to check that out. If you're feeling uneven, and
Where is she from?
try to verify what it is. It looks like a creature of some sort, very unhuman features, and it likes to sit on walls or ceilings. Yeah, you need to get somebody in your home to get that checked out and see if they can document what that is.
Yeah.
She. Yeah, but where she live?
I don't know if it's a she or a he.
Well, where they live?
They haven't said yet.
They haven't said where they're at yet. I mean, if you're, let me know if you want to email me. I will put my email in the chat. You can email me and we can get something figured out for you.
Get some help for it.
Any good spirit that's around you normally gives you a good feeling. If you're getting a negative feeling from it,
Right.
pay attention to the negativity that you're picking up.
Yep.
Your family members or your ancestors or spirit guides are not going to cause you to feel fear.
But also start protecting yourself and the area around you. Let it know that it can't feed off your fear, but that you're strong enough to stand up to it. Don't let it take over your home because you're in charge.
It's a she, but I see it mostly at my grandmother's. Yeah, you definitely need to get somebody in there.
Yeah.
Because darker stuff disguises itself pretty well.
Yep.
It's a perfect liar.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll disguise itself as a loved one, a family member, make you feel at ease. And then when it picks you, then you start feeling the uneasy feeling.
Gets real bad. You start getting sick to your stomach.
Yep, you'll start getting sick and health issues and
All the fun stuff.
Yep. Lack of sleep.
you get real angry, irritable with your family members, your friends. You don't want
Yep.
nothing to do with anybody. Basically makes you become a hermit.
Yeah.
But yeah, just send me an email and we'll see if we get something worked out for you. And if you're nearby, we may come out and deal with it for you. Not, I've got connections all over the United States and internationally. So
Hmm.
it's weird. I keep sage near my bed and many crystals around. My grandmother has had her house cleansed a few times. It makes my stomach drop. She's getting it cleansed again soon. I can tell you right now, sage does not work against your darker stuff. They've upped their game, the sage, because too many people use it for that purpose.
Get some holy water
If
And
it's
Palo
something,
Santo.
yeah, Palo Santo,
and holy water.
frankincense, and myrrh, that'll
Yeah.
work against your darker stuff. And then your blessed salt and your holy water, your holy oil. But sage doesn't work. It'll work on a regular spirit, but it's not going to work against your darker stuff. They'll basically just go into hiding and laugh
And
about
then
it.
get really angry.
Yep. And then once it clears, they're back 10 times stronger and even more pissed off.
Yeah. You have to be really careful.
They gotta know what they're doing.
And you got to know what you're doing on doing a cleansing. If you don't do it right, that angers it too. And you think you got rid of it and it goes into hiding somewhere and then it comes back out.
And then it'll be on a warpath.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've seen many of do that. People try to cleanse their own houses and they don't do it right and they don't get every nook and cranny and then the thing goes into hiding and then all of a sudden it comes back out ramped up and even more. Also, if you're native, sometimes older elders can come and get rid of those problems. That is true. Yeah, native shaman. I am getting holy water soon. I already contacted someone, but they came and said they'd be back. The church did the cleansing. Okay, that's good. The church come out.
Yeah.
Catholic.
What state are you in?
I have only seen it once in my own house, but mostly at my grandmother's. How old is your grandmother's house? Oh, Oregon.
We know some people now.
I know some people out in Oregon. Reach out to Cold Spotters, British Columbia. They're over in your neck of the woods. I'm sure Amanda would come down because she's only in British Columbia. So
Yeah, just mention our name.
just mention us and Cold Spotters, Missouri. If that group doesn't come back, Cold Spotters will take care of that for you. And I believe they got a team right there in Oregon.
They do.
Very old, built in like 1910s. Oh yeah, so it's seen some history. Yeah, that's what I would do. Reach out to Cold Spotters, British Columbia. Just reach out to Amanda Quill. Tell her that I sent you, and they've got a team in Oregon. I'm pretty sure they do. They've got them all over on that side of the country too, because we're all over. All us Cold Spotters teams are.
All right, Carol, I'm going up, all right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Feel better.
Feel better.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Love you.
Yeah, I love you. All right.
Also, my uncle's dad died in that house.
So that answered quite a bit right there.
How was he when he was alive? Was he a nice guy or was he mean, abusive?
Ornery.
Because that would explain a lot too. Barbara says goodnight, Big Daddy.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta go
I'll
upstairs.
keep you in my prayers.
Yeah, I gotta go up and heal.
Yeah.
I'm hurting.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That chair probably isn't enough comfortable for. I can't even talk right now.
I
It's
gotta
probably
be.
not that comfortable.
I gotta be in a recliner.
Kathy says
Yeah.
goodnight.
Yeah,
Be more comfortable, yeah.
yeah. All right. Be good, you people. All right.
Take care, Russell.
Yeah.
And we're gonna wrap up soon anyways.
Oh. All right. Be good.
You too.
You
Yeah.
did.
I never met him. He died much before I was born. From what I heard, he was kind of bipolar. That explains quite a bit right there too. And
Mhm.
maybe his spirit acting up. Because if he was bipolar, you know how bipolar people, the symptoms of bipolar is. And
Has there been any? Sorry, go ahead.
they take that with them when they pass away. So
Has there been any changes on the property in the house lately?
oh, thank you, Sandy.
Sometimes even just moving furniture around could get a spirit really angry.
Or any remodeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving things around.
Yeah, my grandma moved in a few years after he died. The whole house was renovated. You changed his atmosphere, what he was used to, and with him being bipolar,
It could cause him to be very confused.
yep. And that's probably why he's acting out at you and scratching you because he doesn't like the changes. Does he take it out on your grandmother at all? Does she experience anything? He slams doors sometimes. Well, they're going to get mad at me. I'm cleaning again. You know who the only one that's going to get mad at you, Kathy, is Stacy.
What was that noise?
I heard that.
There's those people on those quads and those bikes trying to do their tricks going up and down the road, being crazy. Hey, I could go and kill myself while going on a bike. Hey, everybody, let's go see. So I can be a dumbass. And never mind, it's the middle of night, and why not?
No, they do that here too. That's how my
Really?
cousin John William got killed. He was at a party, him and my cousin Austin, and they've both been drinking. They were on dirt bikes.
Oh boy.
John took off up the road and Austin went out after him. And Austin had stopped and John William come riding a wheelie up, bounced the front tire right off the middle of Austin's forehead.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Split Austin's head wide open, his skull, cracked his skull.
Damn.
Oh,
John William fell backwards and killed him instantly.
oh my goodness. That's terrible.
Kathy, I'm going to murder spiders in the basement again.
You got to capture them and let them go outside. They'll eat a ton of bugs for you.
Should save them for Brittany. Catch them and save them for Brittany. Tell her to bring them home with her.
As long as they're not poisonous.
I just find it weird he's after me. I never even knew him. My grandmother never seen him or heard him. I hear a manly voice sometimes. You may be more in tune than what your grandmother is, so do it.
In the house that I grew up in, nobody ever saw anything in there. It was always me.
Well, that explains what I was
Until my mom got older and she started calling me to listen to the conversations that she was hearing in the living room. And it was just her in the house. So she was here. She would, turn the phone around for me to hear it. It was my grandmother and my dad. Complete conversation going on in the living room.
They aren't doing a good job. It's better to put them out of their misery.
That's funny.
I'm telling you, you need to save them for Brittany. Brittany's your daughter-in-law, my cousin Danny's wife.
She likes spiders?
No.
Oh.
We give her crap every time she comes over to the house.
A friend of mine was showing us jumping spiders yesterday that she has.
Oh, yeah, the jumping spiders. I've seen those.
They're so cute.
Yeah, I was born sensing some energies. My dad kept telling me I was insane. I had to go to therapy for years. So that
Yep.
explains it because they know it.
Yep. They're
They
trying
can
to show you
sense-
more.
They could sense what you're picking up.
Yep.
Yep.
So they're going to show themselves to you.
That explains why I was seeing multiple.
Kathy doesn't like the spiders either.
Yeah,
I saved a bumblebee today.
there's like 3 spirits around there. Yeah. That I keep picking up off of when he kept describing stuff. Or when that person that just wrote.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you'll love a tour of Kathy's place.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Oh, for sure.
Brad and I, one day we went over up to Nate Road up there, and they just put more boards on the bridge again, and they're all rattling loose again.
Oh, no. You can't drive on it, can you?
Yeah, you can drive on it.
And they're rattling?
Yeah, they've got cross boards that go like this, and then they put straight ones like this. Some of the wooden bridges here in Missouri, they do that. They put straight ones across there like that. And,
I don't think I would go on it if I heard rattling boards.
Well, it sounds like bones rattling.
Wow.
Skeleton bones.
I would be so scared doing that.
And that's one of the urban legends of that place. There's no record on him, but it's just an urban legend that's been passed down through generations. Yeah, as soon as I moved in, my house had some weird energy. I've yet to figure that out. My neighbor was very weird when we moved in, saying nobody wanted to live in our house because of its past.
Yeah.
And that
You could actually go to the records, the town
Yeah.
records, and find out exactly what occurred in the home.
Yeah, you can go right to the courthouse to find it.
Yeah.
And if it's real old, library will have something on it. You can go through old newspaper articles and
Yeah.
maybe we. Yeah, she's supposed to go in for shoulder surgery.
Oh boy. Yeah, I
Oh.
can't chew gum and walk at the same time. It's too hard.
Any blessings on your surgery? I'll be sending some healing for you. That everything works out.
They're fusing her shoulder.
When is she having surgery?
Sorry.
A few days here, I believe on the 16th, I believe it is.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'll definitely keep you in my prayers.
I did, but nothing showed up under my house. It was blank.
Wow.
Maybe check out, it was built in like 2002. you may have to go check out the land records then, and maybe
Yeah.
something land connected
Yeah.
instead of the actual house. If it was
Right.
built in 2002, you're not going to have nothing because it probably happened on the land itself.
Right.
Yep, 16th shoulder repair. And
Oh.
my buddy Bill had his done, and he wasn't supposed to be working, and he was using that hand.
Oh no.
Oh, he
Did
bounced
he
back.
re-damage it?
No, he bounced back quick.
That's really good.
He was back to work in about a month. He was
That's
starting
amazing.
to do more stuff. Yeah, he surpassed. There was another guy that had the same surgery, and Bill surpassed that guy
Well,
on therapy and everything. They released him from therapy. He's back to full work, doing electrician work again.
that's really good. As long as it doesn't re-injure.
Yeah, it's a very rural area. It was old farmland in the late 1800s.
Right.
Yeah, I would go check out land records. Chances are, if it's 1800s like that, they probably had slaves on it as well,
Mhm.
working the farmland.
A friend of mine lives in that same area, and I saw she has a spirit in her home of it's a young, like I'd say 20-ish year old
Mm-hmm.
male, and he looks like he's dressed like he worked in the field, like a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
And then it showed me that he had one of those, I think it's called a hoe
Yep.
that you would like break the ground up with.
Yep.
And I kept seeing like almost like an outhouse building, but it was bigger where the tools would be stored.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I picked up on him.
Hmm.
He was standing right over her back shoulder, her right shoulder. And when they first encountered him, he was in her husband's truck in the back seat. They must have went somewhere, and it followed them from there.
Mm-hmm. I've seen two apparitions here. One named Atlas, the other is unnamed. They both came to me in a dream, stood there, waved, and then disappeared.
Well, that doesn't seem harmful.
No.
Nah. That seems like a friendly spirit.
Yeah.
Right. And I I'm definitely picking up on some spirits that are meant to guide the person speaking, and they're trying to help him or them.
Yeah, Kathy has some friendly spirits at hers too as well. I didn't feel nothing mean there except for that one demon we captured on
Right.
camera.
That was crazy.
But I
That
mean,
picture.
now I've been doing a lot more research on my family, and I found my family had slaves. And found out some of my family are pilgrims.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
They come over on the Mayflower.
You went pretty far back.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm all the way back to the 1500s.
That's wonderful.
I did that too, but I only got to do that on my mom's side. I didn't really there's some stuff I'll never know. But I did a little bit of research.
When my family did the family tree history, there was one of our relatives, you know how you on the census it shows you what employment they did. It said he was a gigolo. We laughed so hard when we saw that. I couldn't believe that was on somebody's, the census
Right.
for that year. I'm a gigolo.
Well, I did find out my third great grandfather on my mom's side is buried on the battlefield in Gettysburg
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
in an unmarked grave out there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you have more than one family member there.
Oh yeah, I got quite a few that were in Gettysburg.
I'm
Wow.
related. I'm related to Mark Twain. I'm related to a lot of kings and queens of Scotland and England.
That's where my family comes from. The Reynolds side comes from England.
The Italian side and all that stuff, which is my dad's side, I don't know much yet. There's a lot of stuff on that side.
And then Nathaniel Greene, who is general for George Washington, is one of my granduncles.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been really, really working on that.
Yeah, my family is the founder of Rhode Island.
Oh, that's really cool.
They settled all through the whole New England area: Rhode Island, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Virginia.
That's really cool.
I've traced them all the way down to Tennessee. I found my one family member was a moonshiner.
Isn't that funny when you see information like that?
Yeah, he was an outlaw moonshiner.
We were just talking about that today, how a friend of my daughter's was, we had this really big party here. We had like 150 people in the yard. And later on in the night, one of my daughter's friends brought some moonshine.
Whew.
And my husband tried to stay, like, even with her drinking the moonshine,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't drink. So, oh my gosh, it was comical watching that.
Yeah, Atlas has been very open.
Mm.
The other has not spoken. I haven't been able to talk to the unnamed one.
You could try, like I said, try asking some questions before you go to sleep and see if you could get some responses while you're sleeping, because that
Yeah.
happens a lot, because our ego part of our mind is
Right.
not
Talk
as
to your,
controlling.
you can ask your guides to come through to help you to be able to talk to the ones around you. But I just feel like, yeah, you definitely got some ones that are protecting you and also helping you, knowing that you're open to what's around you.
I watch a ton of Sam and Kobe. On an unrelated note, my uncle's dad died established Indigenous Peoples Day.
That's nice.
We use the XPLR.
Yes, that box works really well.
Does it?
Yeah, it doesn't have. I have it right here. It looks like this.
Oh, nice.
It works really nice.
It
seen
doesn't. You know, the SB7 box has
Oh,
like
no.
that white noise.
Yeah.
This one doesn't do that.
Oh, wow.
You could just hear spirits talking.
So they must have put something in there to cancel that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take, whatever they did, they don't take away the lower voices
Mm-hmm.
at all. Like the A and C, when you use that on a box, it takes out the lower sounding voices, right?
Yeah.
This doesn't do that, and that noise isn't there.
So there's a couple cool features about it too. It can be used as a REM pod if you put it in REM pod function, and
Yeah.
on FM you can get a lot of different, and AM you can get a lot of different voices come through, even under reversed.
Something just moved in my house in the basement.
Say hello.
It's funny because I had one spirit one time on the XPLR that literally said session, session, session. It's pretty interesting.
I've done the Estes method and recorded myself, and the answers match my questions.
Yeah, I do a show on Wednesday night doing double Estes.
That's why I don't go under Estes. But
Used to be on the show.
I'll do the questions for Estes, but that's it. I usually let Jen go under.
I'm going under. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, she usually does our Estes.
Yeah, I don't mind going under. There's been some really strange things that have been coming out lately. It's kind of crazy. Like that one night when I had the Delco glasses on,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
I saw frog hands. First I thought they were children's hands, and then I saw like the little suction cups on the fingers, and then I started hearing ribbiting in my closet.
I have the Delco glasses right in my paranormal stuff over there. I like the one spirit box that I had a very close experience with that I shared with Jay Prather was the direct link Inception.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I used that box and connected and used myself as an antenna, that box was turning on and off, and the spirits were talking to me and communicating when I made the link.
Yeah.
And Jay wanted me to take a video, and it happened twice. And unfortunately, at that moment, I couldn't videotape it, but it was pretty intense.
Yeah, I know Jay does some pretty cool stuff with what he does. How do I find the show on Wednesdays? Also, what time? I love watching the Estes Method.
It's on Supernatural Inc. website, on Facebook and YouTube, and it's spelled Supernatural INK. And then the show itself is called When Spirit Connect.
Yeah,
Usually-
definitely check it out. It's an interesting what they come up with on Wednesdays.
It's really fun. And we're all across the country and we connect so often. It's amazing how that happens. And somehow the spirits that come through my box when I'm doing Estes seems to know when Russell shows up.
Yeah, that one time when I showed
They're
up.
always like, "Hi, Russell." I'm like, "Oh boy." When I watch it back, I'm like, "Wow."
Well, that's like that one live KD did where he's using the AI talk to text and he's running the spirit box through that.
Yep.
Well, that AI can't pick up KD asking questions.
Right.
And it spelled out my name, my
Yes,
whole
it
name.
did.
right
I
on there.
remember watching that. They know who certain people are when they're doing
Mm-hmm.
when you're doing good. They know who you are.
Yep.
Oh yeah. It's been countless times when I was on that show. How many times did I say Rebecca because they were channeling through me, or I was seeing a lot of things and channeling?
Yep.
Well, that's like you guys had a priest one night come through calling me.
Yes.
Yep.
Father, I think he said his name was Father Paul or Father Peter or something like that.
I think it was Peter. Or Paul. Yeah, I don't know. Paul? I
Peter,
think it
Paul, and
might have been
Mary.
Paul.
I need to look through my family tree again because I've got some deacons in my
Were
family.
they leaving on a jet plane? They don't know when they're going to be back again.
Right. So I'm wondering if he's like a spirit guide or something for me.
The spirit guides come in when you're doing a lot of different things. You'll get different spirit guides for each thing that you're.
Especially like me, I deal with the darker stuff. So
And
Yeah.
you do a lot of different things, other than helping
Yeah.
people. You have your hand in a lot of different cookie jars going on.
Yep.
yeah,
You're very busy, so I bet you any amount of money you have a lot of spirit guides popping in, watching out for
If
you.
anybody had their hand in a cookie jar, you should have seen me at Christmas time. I made enough cookies. Everybody was telling me, "Why don't you sell some?" My boyfriend was having a heart attack.
one time for me, I was under and I was by myself. Very bad idea. Yeah, that is a very bad idea. But I couldn't stop. I was under for like an hour.
That's
That
not
is
good.
Not good. Not by yourself.
No.
15 minutes. That should be the longest you should be under. and then
We
take
actually
a break.
do 30. Well, we've been doing 25 on the show now. But yeah, that alone is a bad thing to do, to go under. At least do a video call with a friend.
Yep.
That way, at least there's somebody there being able to call you or help you get out if there's a problem.
Well, and you don't want to tire yourself out too much because if you get too tired, it's easy for them to take over your energy
Yeah.
and
Yep.
health. And if you're, and that's why it can be dangerous to do it for long periods of time.
Hmm.
You will get drained pretty quick.
Yeah, you really have to be careful with all the different things, divination, you know?
Yep.
Anything divination or ITC.
Yep.
I got word my buddy Rob Dermarest has got somebody building a new piece of equipment for him
Nice.
that's going to be coming out.
Wow.
I'm curious to see it.
Yeah.
Did you see the new thing Get Haunted's got out?
No.
No.
You can get it, and it organizes all your investigation stuff
Wow.
in one place. All your files, everything. Your
That's really
logs,
good.
Your notes. And it's an app on your phone.
Wow.
I think a good idea for a tool would be like something you set on a table or leave in your house, and it takes pictures whenever paranormal phenomena occurs and catches EVPs.
Shh. Somebody's working on something like that. I'm not going to say who.
Dare I say anything?
That's in the works.
This is like, Becca, how'd you know?
I don't want that design out there yet because the one I'm designing, nobody has it yet.
You gotta
Let's just say
trademark it, register it.
these things go communicate with each other.
That's good.
So when I'm done with it.
That's really good. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I'll show you guys the design backstage
Yeah, I remember talking to you about that.
because this thing's going to be patented, so nobody can
Yeah,
use it.
that's what you need to do.
But we're going to go ahead and wrap up, and we've been on for almost 2 hours.
It flew by.
You guys got any last closing remarks?
Remember to smile. Be kind to one another. Show love. It's the highest form of resonance.
Yep. Stay strong. Always remember your protection, and you're stronger than you think.
That's her younger grandson. That
That's
kid is
funny.
wired.
He's working on her last nerve.
Yeah, oh yeah, he always does. And she lives in the boiler room. His name is Thomas.
Hmm.
Do you have any final words, Rebecca, before we go?
I don't know. I mean, I said a couple minutes ago. Just stay strong, and if there's anything that you need from us, we're always here for you. And always remember your protection, and you're stronger than you think.
All right. And then, my spiel. If you're being bullied in the paranormal field, you do have a voice. Nobody's better than anybody in this field. We're all after the same common goal, prove the existence of life after death. That being said, everybody have a good night. Stay safe. And we will see you again next week. Same time, same channel.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.